Hi everyone, welcome to my kitchen and thanks so much for stopping by my channel. So today I'm going to be making garlic butter noodles 3 ways. I'm going to be using regular noodles, sweet potato noodles, and zucchini noodles. So this is going to cover everyone in your family. For those who don't mind the carbs of regular noodles, for those who want to be on a lower carb with sweet potato noodles, and if someone is keto in your family, the zucchini noodles are going to be perfect. And I'm going to be serving this with some salmon. So I'm going to be doing 2 zucchinis here with my spiralizer, which I love. So my spiralizer came with 3 different blades, and I'm going to be using this one to make a really cool shape for the zucchini. You'll be left with this middle part that you can use in another dish. And here's my sweet potato that I've peeled and cut off the edges to make them flat so that it's easier to secure it in the spiralizer. I've changed my blade to make a more typical noodle shape here. This sweet potato will make a lot of noodles, so I'm only going to use one. I have 2 cloves of garlic, one for the zucchini noodles and one for the sweet potato noodles that I'm going to dice up finely. I've heated my pan to medium heat, and now I'm adding some olive oil, as well as one of the garlic cloves. I'm going to cook the garlic for about 2 minutes before adding the sweet potato, and I'm going to cook this in 2 batches because there's a lot of noodles here. I'm constantly moving the noodles around so that it cooks evenly and the sugar from the sweet potato doesn't burn. Now I'm adding some salt, oregano, black pepper, and about 1/8 cup of butter. And I'm mixing it all together and covering it for about 5 minutes. And the sweet potato noodles are done. I'm using the same pan for the zucchini noodles, and I'm adding some more olive oil along with the other clove of garlic and cooking that for about 2 minutes before adding the zucchini. The zucchini won't take as long as the sweet potato did, so I'm adding the salt, pepper, and oregano at the same time. And then I'm mixing everything together. Now I'm adding some butter to this as well and covering it for about 2 minutes. So now the noodles are done, and I'm using a slotted spoon so that the excess water remains in the pan. I don't want the zucchini noodles to get too soggy. I have 2 pieces of salmon, and I'm sprinkling on some onion powder, garlic powder, a bit of cayenne pepper, some salt, and about 1 tablespoon of sesame oil, and a drizzle of olive oil. And I'm using my hands to mix the seasoning into the salmon. My pan is on medium-high heat, and I'm adding some olive oil and some butter for some extra flavor. I'm adding the salmon skin side down, and I'm adding the remaining seasoning to the top. I'm going to cook this for about 2 minutes and continue to add the buttery sauce on top. And then I'm going to cover it for about 2 more minutes. So the salmon is ready, so I'm adding them to the sweet potato and zucchini noodles, and I'm pouring on some of that buttery sauce on top. These 2 dishes are so tasty with the garlic butter sauce and the seasoning. They're the perfect low-carb meal. For those who don't mind the carbs, I'm also making some Asian-style noodles. These are going in a pot of boiling water for just 3 minutes. After 3 minutes, I'm adding the noodles to the same pan that I used for the salmon. The pan is on medium heat, and I'm adding some salt, cayenne pepper, some garlic powder, and olive oil, and mixing it all up. And now I'm adding 3 handfuls of spinach and mixing it in just until it's wilted, which is going to take about 2 minutes. And here's a 3rd noodle dish all done as well. Thanks so much for watching, and happy cooking!